Consistent breeze, was it?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And because of the gust, it's a lot harder to shoot in that because you don't have a consistent aim off point or a consistent feel for the wind.
You're guessing.
Pretty much. It's almost shotgun archery, like I like to call it.
I like that, shotgun archery. Maybe we'll see some shotgun archery here in the mixed team gold medal match. Should be a good one as Korea's back out there. Number 1 Korea taking on number 6 Japan. Korea this week defeating Guatemala 6-2. USA 6-0 and Brazil 6-0. They lost only one set, and that was to Guatemala.
It's pretty interesting. I mean, this Korean team is made up of 2 very, very strong archers. Woojin shot the only score over 690 in the qualification round, and Choi, I mean, she's got that competition face that just scares the bejesus out of a lot of us.
And they're both going to the Olympics.
And they're both going to the Olympics. And they're here in a gold medal match, which is exactly where you want to be in the months leading up to the Olympics.
So Choi Misun and Woojin, both ranked number 1 in the world in men's and women's compound archery. They'll take on a very tough team from Japan, though, a team that won a tiebreaker with India, then scored a 6-2 win over Venezuela, and then defeated Chinese Taipei 5-3. Kawanaka, Kaori, and Kikuchi, Hideki.
And these 2 archers are great archers too. I mean, I always mention this whenever I see Team Japan. They're always smiling. They've got a great attitude towards shooting. Hideki Kikuchi has been around for a very long time. Kawanaka I've only seen in the past couple of years, and she had a really unfortunate individual round in this tournament. And when I say that, it's because she put herself into a ranking. I think she was ranked 10th, and her first match was a bye. And for some odd reason, there was a loss in like a miscommunication or something between her and her coach with Team Japan. And the second match that she was supposed to shoot, which would have been her first match,
no, don't tell me this.
She thought she had a bye, so she didn't show up.
Oh,
so it was
no.
very unfortunate, and it doesn't show, like the ranking that she ended up with here at this tournament doesn't show what she actually came out of here with. But it was just one of those things where you and your coaches have to constantly be in good communication back and forth, and a lot of teams really are, but just sometimes that one time it just slips up, and unfortunately
stuff happens, right?
Yeah, stuff
happens.
Yeah, but here she is. I mean, she was still the highest ranked Japanese woman, I believe. Like she was top 10.
She's 12th in the world right now.
Yeah, and she's an awesome shot. She's a very focused archer, and you'll see this in her shooting as well.
So she's hoping to salvage her trip to South America. And starts off with a 9.
In talking with Furukawa while I was on the practice range, he said that they were home for about 3 or 4 days right after Shanghai, basically just to do a laundry trip and then come back out here.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. I think a lot of archers here did that.
Kikuchi following up the 9 by Kawanaka. So immediately Korea, despite that 8 by Choi Misun, they have the lead early on in this set. What else would you expect?
I was watching the men's team round after we were eliminated in the bronze medal match, and I was just watching Kim, and I remember on one of his shots he shot an 8, and I kind of just said to myself, what? Is he sick? But
you're surprised when he shoots a 9.
Yeah, sometimes. But I mean, 9s happen, but it's really funny because Bernardo already mentioned it. All the archers have been watching it. Everybody starts off to the left on this field. Just because the practice field is in a different orientation, it's a different lighting, it's a different wind, it's a different direction.
So you're adjusted for that practice field.
Exactly, and it's unfortunate.
You've got to make the adjustment here.
Yeah, you have to know exactly how much, like one turn on your sight will move your arrows downrange. And that 9 for Japan unfortunately puts them behind. Even a 10 from Kikuchi right now will still give Korea a 2-set point lead. And that is left. That's a 9 on the line at about 10 o'clock. And like I said, they started out left. I started out left this morning. I was just one of the lucky ones that was actually level with the 10 ring. A lot of other archers were higher or lower than the 10 ring, depending on where you were on the practice field. But there was something inside me for whatever reason that said, on the practice field, I think this feels like a long 70 meters. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I've got like a...
Just your mind playing tricks on you think?
I don't have a rangefinder built into my eyes or anything, but...
But it just felt like that, right?
I just felt like it was a long 70 meters for whatever reason. So I shot the whole practice round before our team round with arrows that were slightly low. They were just barely touching the 10 ring on the 6 o'clock side, and when I came out here, I was level. So that instinct was...
So you were dialed in correctly.
Yeah. Fortunate enough for me.
But it's taking time for everybody. And we saw that in the team matches this morning. We saw it in the mixed team matches already here today. It's taking time, except for Korea, to get dialed in.
Yes, and it'll also show how much work an archer has put into their practice and sight movement. There's a lot of exercises that you can do with moving your sight and seeing how much it moves you downrange, or you could do some mathematics behind it because it's actually just straight triangular geometry.
You know, it strikes me as though it's a little bit like golf, knowing which club to use.
Exactly, yeah. And based on what sight you have and how much it moves with one full turn of the knob, or all of those little intricacies that come along with moving your sight. Once you know exactly how much it moves at 70 meters, you can shoot your first shot, tell yourself that was like, I rate that shot at 9.5 out of 10. That was a good shot, and you just have the confidence to move your sight and not doubt anything about your shot.
You just have to shoot a lot of arrows to get to that point, so you have that
Yes.
knowledge stored away in your memory banks.
Yeah, we can't do that with a beginner, but definitely all of the archers that are here at the World Cup should be able to do that. They should be able to have that instinct of, that was a great shot, I'm going to start cranking on my sight knobs.
Good look at Ms. Kawanaka, who won a mixed team bronze medal here in Medellin last year.
And I love the little duck that's right above the plunger with Kikuchi. It's in his riser. It's a little yellow duck.
Didn't duck that one.
No, he didn't. That was a great 10. It's still off to the left, but it's in. So it's a good sight move.
Came to Colombia with 6 World Cup medals on his resume. Of course, this is a man who's made a very bold statement about the Olympics. We'll get into that after this set is completed. But Kim Woojin yet to miss in this match.
I think right now he's Mr. Perfect. But that being said,
all due respect to Mike Lusser.
He's not in the individual finals, which I found very interesting.
That'll be Brady Ellison and Miguel Alvarino coming up in the men's gold medal match later on this afternoon. Right now, Japan with the advantage.
And we'll be seeing Kikuchi again in the bronze medal match for the individual men's.
Kawanaka Kaori, averaging just over 9 points per arrow. Gets her average. Right now, Japan competing and competing well.
And the conditions seem to be a lot calmer than they were this morning. That's a very good shot.
Well, Kikuchi connecting again.
And now Korea needs 2 10s just to tie this set. If they drop anything out of the 10, Japan has this set. Wow.
Close, but he got it in.
And he has to have my favorite release of all recurve shooters on the World Cup circuit right now, or the world, in fact. It's just such a relaxed, calm release that's so consistent. And they tie it.
There you go. You said they had to have back-to-back 10s. They get the back-to-back 10s. They tie the set. They split the points. First time a team that's been trailing all day has picked up a point.
That's good.
First time all day.
But you wouldn't put it past Korea, would you?
No. Although it's 3-1. But all the matches, all the 5 matches we've seen so far have been decided by scores of 6-0, 6-0. So this is the first time a team trailing has picked up a point. So a bit of a breakthrough, I guess, especially against a team like Korea.
That's a very interesting thing to have happen, where all matches are won 6-0. It's rare, actually, in my opinion, because when you get to this level, the teams that are matched up are usually very close.
And so competitive,
score.
yeah.
Exactly. So what were you saying about Kim?
Kim Woojin has come out with a bold statement saying, "I will beat Im's record at the Olympics in Rio." Now, I believe he can do that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with an athlete believing that he can do that. I was just surprised because of the demeanor we usually see from the Koreans that he would come out and make a bold statement like that. Are you surprised?
I
like it myself.
I like the confidence. I like everything about that. And you need to be a confident person if you're going to be doing well in this sport. There's nothing about this sport that says you can be a timid shooter and shoot well. Every archer has a certain level of confidence that makes stuff like that happen.
Yeah.
Especially under this pressure. So for Kim to say that would probably mean that his practice scores out of 720 are probably running about 705 to 710.
Which tells him
that
it's within reach. I can do this.
Exactly.
Kikuchi.
And
inside the 9.
Maybe 4 years is too long for a record to stand in the eyes of a Korean.
Let's see, there's been Woojin, there's been Im Dong-yun, there's been so many.
Yeah, Kubon-chan is very good.
Kubon-chan.
Lee Seung-yun, he won the World Championships in 2013.
You can't count any of them out.
This man has yet to drop any arrows outside the 10 ring.
Is he mortal? Is he a machine?
I believe he puts his socks on one
foot at a time,
puts his pants on one leg at a time. I hope so.
We need to check.
I don't want to watch him get dressed.
Well, we'll have somebody else check.
And she almost killed what would have been an Olympic camera if we were at the games, when they have that small pinhole camera in the middle of the target.
Misun, the individual and team bronze medalist in Copenhagen, the World Championships last year, won the individual gold medal at the World Cup finals in Mexico City last fall. And Kawanaka Kaori trying to keep pace, but boy, it's tough.
It is tough, and Kikuchi will need a 10 here just to put a little bit of pressure on Korea, because if Korea ties this set, they still win the match. There's that duck. Love it.
Duck.
Oh, no.
May need to duck.
That is a 2. That's really unfortunate. And unfortunately, I didn't see exactly how he shot that shot because the camera was zoomed in on his bow hand, but I think he was just a little nervous and plucked the string. That is a perfect round for Kim Woojin. I'm not sure if I've seen any archer shoot a perfect team round.
I believe we just have.
Yes, now I have.
Mr. Duenas, yes. Misun seals the deal. And that is that. It's all over. 5-1 your score. A bit of a breakthrough as Japan was able to put at least 1 point on the board, but Korea in control, in command. Kim Woojin was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Flawless.
You can't say anything more than that. He was perfect. He was Mr. Perfect.
It almost takes your breath away, the way he does it.
Yeah.
And it almost seems effortless.
And that's what actually makes it the really good shot. He doesn't put any effort into the shot. It's just natural. It's almost like he's walking.